Kent, banished thus, and the king gone tonight, subscribed his power. Edmund, how now? What news?
So please your lordship none.
Why so earnestly seek you to put up that mobile? What message were you reading?
'Tis nothing, my lord.
No? Why then the terrible dispatch of it into your pocket? The quality of nothing hath not such need to hide itself. Show it to me.
Pardon me, my lord. It is a message from my brother, which I have not yet all overread. And as far as I have perused, I find it not fit for your overlooking.
Send it to me, sir.
I shall offend, either to detain or to give it. The contents, as in part I understand them, are to blame.
This policy and reverence of age makes us bitter to the best of our times, keeps our fortunes from us till our oldness cannot relish them. I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny, who sways not as it hath power, but as it is suffered. Come to me that of this I may speak more. If our father should sleep till I waked him, you should enjoy half his revenue forever and live the beloved of your brother, Edgar. My son, Edgar, had he a hand to write this? When came this to you?
It is his hand, my lord, but I hope his heart is not in the contents.
Hath he never heretofore sounded you in this business?
Never, my lord. But I have oft heard him maintain it fit that sons at perfect age and fathers declining, the father should be as ward to the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Oh, villain, villain! Go, sir, seek him. I'll apprehend him. Abominable villain! Where is he?
I do not well know, my lord. If it shall please you, suspend your indignation against my brother till you can derive from him better testimony of his intent. You shall run a certain course, where if you proceed violently against him, mistaking his purpose, it shall create a great gap in your honour, and shake to pieces the very heart of his obedience. If your honour judge it meet, I will place you where you shall hear us confer of this, and by an auricular assurance have your satisfaction, and without any further delay than this very evening.
He cannot be such a monster to the father that does so tenderly and entirely love him. Go seek him, Edmund. These late eclipses of the sun and moon portend no good to us, yet nature finds itself scourged by the sequent effects. Love cools, friendship falls off, brothers divide, in cities mutinies, in countries discord, in palaces treason, and the bond cracked twixt father and son. This villain of mine comes under the prediction there is son against father. The king thoughts and bias of nature, there's father against child, and the noble and true-hearted Kent banished. His offence, honesty. 'Tis strange. Let me beseech your grace not to do so. His fault is much, and his master, the good king, will check him for it. Your purpose, low correction, is such that basest and contemptuous wretches for pilferings and most common trespasses are punished with. The king must take it ill that he so slightly valued in his messenger should have him thus restrained.
I'll answer that.
My sister may receive it much more worse to have her gentleman assaulted for following her affairs. Hey, tie up his legs. Oh.
I am sorry for thee, friend. 'Tis the Duke's pleasure, whose disposition all the world well knows, who will not be robbed nor stopped. I will entreat for thee.
Yet better thus, and known to be content, than still contemned and flattered. The lamentable change is from the best. The worst returns to laughter.
Who comes here? My father? Oh, world!
Oh, my dear son Edgar, food of thy abused father's wrath. Might I but live to see thee in my touch, I'd say I had eyes again. In the last night's storm I such a fellow saw that made me think a man a worm. My son came then into my mind, and yet my mind was then scarce friends with him. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods, they kill us for their sport.
'Tis poor maelstrom, madman, and beggar too.
Is that the naked fellow? Ah, 'tis the time's plague when madmen lead the blind.
Bless thy sweet eyes, they bleed.
Knowest thou the way to Dover? There is a cliff whose high and bending head looks fearfully into the confined deep. Bring me to the very brim of it, and I'll repair the misery thou doth bear with something rich about me. From that place I will no leading need.
Come, master. Give me your arm.